Welcome to the daily meditation. Prepare by allowing that body for the next few moments to simply be as comfortable as is appropriate for the mind to relax in refined contemplation in the best possible outcome that is always available to a self that is recognizing its pure divine nature. Go within and observe the miracle of life as you observe your physiology, as you observe your individuality, as you begin to observe how you at this very moment are conscious to some degree in relation to whom you are. Deepen your breath. Weave the breath efficiently to your advantage throughout the entire body, whereby the lungs respond with ease, lower, mid and upper. Encouraging natural exchange as one purposefully. Encourage full animation as you breathe. Watch the ease that the spine lengthens. Mentally visualize, for remember, first there must be an impression in the mind before the outcome can be experienced, perceived, and acknowledged. If it does not exist in the mind, then how can it exist in your life? Miracles occur every single second of life, yet we are rarely aware of the miracles that's all around us. When you walk around the streets during the day and you notice the birds, the clouds, the sun, the environment, one just takes that for granted, but in actual fact that's a miracle. Somehow on this planet, life and diversity exist and cohabitates together. And each has their own designated purpose. And if you were to go inside that physical body, you would find an entire environment who itself is responding to the environment. Imagine that. Whatever changes you're seeking in any part of your life, first it must begin to find you consciously. Then the subconscious must reflect the same, and in turn, manifestation is the byproduct. Watch the ease that the breath flows through the lungs as you adjust the spine, and if you could imagine the first spark of life that occurs for you in your mother's womb, was there any part of your physiology that you now reside in? Was there any part of your anatomy that resides within you now? At that moment of conception? But what triggered the development of the fetal cells to reach the level of maturity that you are now? Where did that intelligence come from? And if that intelligence exists, then where is it now? Just as it triggered the conception process and development, you have full autonomy now in replicating the same every single moment of your life. Yet often we deny ourselves that opportunity by assumptions that is not possible. Just as you are now contemplating different processes with this interaction, notice that your contemplation is not accidental. It's a miracle. The moment you focus upon your heart, liver, pancreas, spleen, gallbladder, kidneys, that part of the body is responding simply by your thought process. The moment you think of your legs, those cells within your legs are responding. Imagine that. That is how precise that entire body responds. The moment you see yourself happier in the future, you are already influencing the greater ratio of that success. And that is why it's imperative to make sure that we do not carry burdens of limitation. Now adjust the lower back, add freedom to the mid, and complement the upper. Sway the back either physically or mentally, it does not matter. For the aim is to add freedom to the spinal nerves. One simply assumes that life will continue to find you without your conscious, full interaction. The next time that you breathe, observe as to whether you are fully aware of how the breath moves across the upper lip, via the nasal passage, down the windpipe, into the lungs, from the lungs to the alveoli, from the alveoli to the capillaries, from the capillaries to the circulatory system. Then are you aware of it moving across the arteries and reaching the destination? At what point did your mind begin to find distraction? Or were you aware of the breath at all? When you assimilate nutrients, solid or liquid, at what point do you observe what is being partaked within? Is it because you're gazing at the plate, the bowl, the fruit? Is it the flavor, the texture? What occurs the moment you swallow it? Do you continue to focus or do you forget about it? It is the same with those emotions in one's life. If you were to review your entire life, what percentage of emotions did you fully observe, its influence and its outcome upon your life? Or did you simply let it pass by, just like the breeze that flows across the body the moment you're outside? Meditation is different to relaxation. Meditation is different to contemplation. Meditation is work, meaning you must be proactive. Thus, miracles shall find you 24 hours a day. But let's put it to the test. Breathe across your lower ribs for the next few moments purposefully, meaning make sure that those lower ribs move as you breathe. Your full awareness is upon the lower diaphragmatic rhythmical intercostal lateral rhythmical breath. Put it to the test. You are training yourself to take control. As nothing finds you in this life without your mind's approval. Let's repeat this to yourself. Nothing finds you in this life without your approval. With this knowledge, one should take greater care and responsibility in what one approves. Just as you are now approving the breath moving low ribs intercostally. Go within as you breathe. It would be easy to hand over the responsibility to someone else. But as long as you hand responsibility to someone else, how can you fully master your own destiny? Take responsibility for all your thoughts, actions, and inactions. Then, as you retain conscious integration, once in a while you can relax and allow someone else to simply take the lead. Just like watching a flock of birds fly, you would notice there's always someone in the lead, but they change at intervals as they begin to understand aerodynamics and currents that flow through the air, though one cannot see the current. Which part of your mind is constantly leading you? And if so, are you comfortable in the direction? Find inspiration now as you breathe. Tension only remains if the mind retains tension. Remember that. It is impossible for tension to remain in his body if the mind is not triggering tension. It's impossible for any part of his body to function without your mind's interjection. Thus, the changes that you're seeking thus must coordinate from that mind. When will you take the time to fully grasp your multidimensional self in this birth or in future births ahead? When shall you take full responsibilities for every actions and its byproducts, and from this moment forward, every actions and inactions that shall find you for the rest of this incarnation? Certainly, at this present time in the linear reality, the past to your state of mind cannot be accessed, but your future is ready available. For the changes to find you in the future, you must act now, not tomorrow, not the weeks to come. You must have already planted the seeds and you are now fanning it. As every day is one less day of opportunities that you shall have. Go within. Find inspiration. Be the empowerment that you're seeking externally, and let the internal be far more powerful than the external. Then miracles is a natural process of life, just like breathing. Breathe diaphragmatically now. If every day becomes a better day, it must mean that somewhere in the past you were proactive. Imagine looking at a garden, yet you never took the initiative to go out and work out which soil the garden has in accordance to its acidity, and which plant you would prefer. Rather, you would simply let nature seed itself. Perhaps you may be comfortable with the byproducts of natural law, but if you wish to be specific, then you must act proactively. If you speak to any gardener, they will tell you that even though they enjoy the process, it takes effort. Nothing finds you without effort. Perhaps the first season you may not be as fruitful, but guaranteed, with diligent replication, success is imminent. Meditation is a practice for one who is seeking full mind autonomy and illumination, which means you must be diligent, refined in your focus, and not digress from your objective, day after day. Go within and experiment with your perception and concepts of reality. Now let's say you wish to be happy and you did nothing to trigger that state of happiness. Could you guarantee that happiness will find you? But what if you took the initiative to be proactive? Then the ratio is far more to your advantage. Everything in our life to this day is a replication of a simulation of past thoughts, impressions, and self-worth, self-belief, and activated neurotransmitters in action. Some may believe in the cycles of reincarnation, But at this point and along your journey, the main incarnation that's important is this very precise incarnation that you're now inhabiting in the incarnate form. If the future incarnation exists, then you'll deal with it then. If past incarnation once upon a time existed, then that is past rhetoric. It is what you're doing in this birth at this precise moment in relation to your sojourn in life that is imperative, in relation to how it shall integrate with your future self. If you wish to be happy, then you must act in a manner that shall trigger happiness. And this extends to every single aspect of your entire life. Nothing occurs accidentally. But yet, if you take the initiative and act proactively to your advantage consciously, then you can be guaranteed greater success than allowing someone else in assumption to do it on your behalf. Go within. Find pure inspiration. We can seek inspiration from all life, but we must act for our own state of being. 24/7. Let's say, for example, there was something that you really, really thought you would like in your life, and there was a chance that it may find you. How often would you be thinking about it? Once in a while? Or would it occupy your mind 24/7? Very important question. If it is that important, you will be thinking about it. If so, would you think about anything else? Meditation is a practice for one who is seeking full mind elimination. Thus, the focus must be precise. Go within. Somewhere in your future timeline, you shall review this timeline if the word incarnation and reincarnation exist. How shall you address your mind as you review your life? Shall you be inspired by how you are acting? Meaning, shall you notice the propulsion and advancement that you created in this birth, or did you find regression? Which is it? Be the light, be the truth, be the inspiration. Go within. All outcomes shall find you in accordance to your belief. At this present time on the planet Earth, there are some places that is tropical. Other places that it is more towards the autumn, spring, and so on. If you went to Antarctica, would you expect to be in tropical Hawaii? Thus, wherever you shall place yourself at any point of timeline is where you shall have the experience. If you're seeking happiness, then you must place your mind and your entire state of being in that state. Otherwise, it's simply conjecture. For thousands of years, the wise have already orated the same teachings. Be still and know who thou art. Be still and know who thou art. Why is it that you may hear that history always repeats itself? Why is that? If one learns from the experience, should one replicate it? Be still and know who thou art. And if you came into contact with the divine intelligence that is truly omnipotent, and it simply sent to you a thought of relaxation and release, would you follow, or would you hold on to whatever that you felt that you needed to hold on to? In this physical incarnation, notice what you're holding on to, as one day you shall have to bid it farewell. What can you take with you the day you depart from this physical body? Very important question to pose to your mind. What can you take with you the day you depart from this physical reality? Be still and know who thou art. Whatever you're seeking to make a reality in your life, first must have approval from your deeper mind. Thus the question is, how clear are you upon your deeper mind? And how often do you interact with that deeper mind? When was the last time you actually took note from the deeper mind in guidance? Whatever that your mind is seeking must have an origin, which means there is the destination. Send love and light to your entire self, without question, unconditionally. How shall it feel if one was completely at peace with the whole self and the whole universe? Imagine that there is not a single trace within your being of anything that was negative. Imagine that. What sort of life shall be waiting you? If there is no fear, no anger, no avarice, no jealousy anywhere in your mind, it's irrelevant what has occurred in the past. That is past tense. If you were fully liberated from those attachments, bliss shall be your natural best friend. For once you are perfectly in alignment with the entrainment of harmonic resonance, you are perfectly attuned. Let me repeat this. Once you're in perfect alignment with the harmonic resonance, you are perfectly in tuned. Very important to understand. The question is, how often do you tune yourself? Imagine a musician playing in an orchestra and a band, and for whatever reason they did not tune themselves to the key of the orchestra. Would they sound harmonic with the band? You'll find all musicians prior to commencement of the concert will attune themselves perfectly. Perfectly. Thus, every day, take the opportunity in attunement. If not, then your mind shall attune itself to whatever past emotions, thoughts, and actions that are still lingering within your mind. Be proactive, not reactive. Go within. Be the love in the light of all existence. Be empowered. Sense the freedom that is a byproduct of a mind that is no longer confined to all rhetorics. Just as you breathe, you shall influence every cell within your body. And so too, as you think, shall you influence every outcome that shall find you in life. Be the light. As always, take note of how you are choosing to enhance your own journey and act proactively in every moment, be it awake or asleep. Bring on board love, light, and pure positivity and inspiration. Deepen your breath. Feeling the body grounded, yet focused upon the directive of your choosing. And as you breathe, feel empowerment, refining your neural processes in your brain and your entire neural system. Awaken your fingers and palms, and when appropriate, lovingly place one of both palms upon the heart in full gratitude of all that life has to offer in relation to growth in understanding and experience in living. And remember to smile as you deepen the breath, as we give thanks to the divine intelligence that oversees each individual's life. To the best of our advantage, may we be guided with pure inspiration in all thoughts and actions. Be at peace.